Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my setup, which is a 2012 Mac Mini paired with the Vidock 4 Plus. I'll be showing you how I got the setup working, the physical setup, and an example of how the Vidock has helped with video editing performance with Sony Vegas 12. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Okay guys, so here's a video showing what's connected to what. So we'll start out with the Mac Mini, and with the ports in the very back. Starting on the left side, we have 4 USB ports, some to external hard drive, some to USB hub. Then we have our Thunderbolt cable, which is connected to the Sonnet Echo adapter. We have our HDMI cable, which is one of 2 cables connected to my monitor, and Ethernet cable, then the power supply. So, starting off with the Thunderbolt cable, this runs down in the back through and back up here to the Sonnet Echo Thunderbolt Express card adapter. And then this plugs into the Express card unit from the Vidock, which is housed behind here with a DVI port connected to the monitor, the power supply cables, and then the express card cable back there. The monitor in the back here has 2 connections. It's a little bit hard to see, but this top one is a DVI port from the Vidock. The second is the HDMI port. Now the DVI is the one that I use, which is connected from the Vidock, and I can use the HDMI from the Mac Mini, but I choose just to use it from the Vidock. The reason why I still need the cable connected into the Mac Mini is that whenever you start up, you have to have the initial screen on the Mac Mini. It won't go directly to the Vidock, but after that you can switch it. And that's it for up top. Under here I have the large amount of cables, power supplies, pretty much everything else. It keeps the top looking nice and professional. And yeah, that's the setup. Okay guys, so here's a quick video showing how I turn on the Mac Mini every time I want to go into Windows with the Vidock working. So to start out, I have everything plugged in. The Thunderbolt cable is plugged into the adapters along with the express card from the Vidock. Everything's plugged in, all the power supplies are on. So the first thing I do is we're going to turn on the Mac Mini, and right as we turn it on, you're going to unplug the express card. So I'll show a little demo. So once I hit the button, I'll hit it in 3, 2, 1, hit. You're going to hear the fan kick on, and then after that chime, you can just unplug it. And then you get to this boot screen from the Mac Mini. As you can see, I have EFI on it, and then just switch over to your Windows partition and hit enter. So now we're going to wait until the Windows loading screen comes on. If you do it before the Windows loading screen comes on, it'll just mess up and you have to redo it. But once it's on, we simply plug the express card back in. I don't know if you could hear it, but the Vidock fans turned on for a brief second. And now we just wait until Windows loads. After this, everything is working. Another thing, I have it set up. I have the monitor set up on another screen, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch it to the main output I have. You don't have to do this. This is something I do, but either monitor works. And to start in, you can see Windows 7. I'll just log in really fast. It's loading in, and then if we go down to go down to computer, manage, that load. One of these days. Okay. Computer manage, device manager, and then display adapters. You can see the 660 is connected and everything is working fine. And that is how I get my Vidock working with my Mac Mini under Windows 7. It's not really, it's a few extra steps from when you boot up, but it's easy to remember, and once you get the hang of it, it just it comes naturally to you. But it's easy to use and works every time. Thanks. Hey guys, so now I will be demonstrating the difference in Sony Vegas Pro 12 while using the GPU acceleration from the Vidock and without using it. So let's go ahead, open up Vegas Pro 12. I already have a video set up of just me testing the actual, or just me doing a quick video of my setup. Oops. Okay, so as we can see, I have the video here, timeline, and to change the GPU acceleration, to toggle it on or off, you go to Options, down at the very bottom, Preferences, and then Video. And here you have the option to turn GPU acceleration for video processing off or to your card. And I have two options, one is off and one is the card. It automatically detects it, so you don't have to add anything else for your card to be seen. So the video I have is 1920 by 1080p at 60 frames per second, and just playing the video as is, it runs it at about, I don't know if you can see it,
starting over in this corner,
runs it at about 15.
Mac Mini. It is a
and you can see in the video it's a bit laggy,
with 8 GB RAM and 1 TB hard drive.
If you want to edit video, if you're a professional at editing video, or you're editing gaming, go ahead, stop that. If you're editing gaming, then having your video laggy is going to be a big problem. Another thing to show is, let's say you want to do video, you want to edit the actual video. So here's a quick color corrector. So we're going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to change some settings around. While I'm changing the color, I'm just going to zoom in on the frames per second to see what kind of hit it gets.
Hard drives. This is a 500 GB hard drive, and this is a 250 GB SSD.
So as you can see, it drops when I'm moving the as I move the color, and it's dropping to under 6, under 5 FPS. And this is very difficult to work with if you're professional. So you want this to be as fluid as possible, just to make work easier. Go ahead, stop that. So as you can see, even with a quad Core i7 3rd generation Intel processor, it can't even run this video at its regular frame rate. And this is being set to the best quality at full. So this is definitely hard to run, but at the same time, you want to be seeing the best quality, and not even one of the top-end CPUs is able to do this. So now, let's go ahead and show the difference that the Vidock can give to this. I'm going to go back to Preferences and turn on GPU acceleration. Go ahead and apply that. Every time you do this, you have to close it. Save settings. Let's close that. Open up Vegas Pro 12. And now we're going to see what kind of difference having this will be. So, well, the video's still green. but let's go ahead and play this.
Hey guys, so here's a quick
So as you can see, now at the same settings, it went from running at about 14 to 50. It's running near 50 frames per second. Still not full, but extremely fluid. Watching this, you can see it's very fluid. It's much easier to work with. It's almost the same as you'll get. It's almost the same frame rate as you'll get, and this is at full quality, the highest it can be. So now let's go ahead and do that color correcting. And last time when we did this, the CPU couldn't handle it, and it dropped tremendously. And let's see how much of a drop we get from running it with this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sound a bit lower in the video. Alright.
Hey guys, so here's a quick tour of my setup. So starting over in this corner, I have my Mac.
So as you can see, there's still a big drop, but whenever you stop this, it reverts back to the 50 frames per second. And the difference between 15 FPS and 5 FPS is still a big difference, and this shows that the Vidock is helping tremendously with how the video is being rendered, being processed. And so that pretty much shows that. So overall, even with a high-end CPU, without a dedicated card, it is still difficult to run any video editing program at playable settings or at playable frame rates. There's lots of lag when you're doing live. It's almost impossible to do any live video editing to it. But with the quad-core processor hooked up with the Vidock and the NVIDIA 660 GPU, the video is much more fluid. The color or the on-the-fly color correcting video editing is still not perfect, but it is much more manageable. So this is going to make people who use this application lives much easier to work with. And just overall shows a big boost in how much a dedicated GPU can give to your system. That concludes that. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so just some key points to kind of sum up the video. So the Vidock has given me stronger video editing performance, as seen in the example in the video. The GPU acceleration that I can achieve with the Vidock is much better, even with a strong CPU. It also lowers the CPU load. So because a lot of what's being done transfers over to my Vidock, since it has a powerful GPU in it, the CPU will be less strained, and that'll be keeping temperature down, fan speed down. Also, multiple uses for the Vidock. For me, I'll be using it for video editing and gaming, but there are many others. Pretty much anything that is GPU intensive will benefit from the Vidock. It's also very easy to get working. Once I got Windows 7 on my Mac Mini, it took me about, I'd say, 10 minutes to get it working. It was easy, simple solution. The way that I got it working is on the Vidock Facebook page for others to see, and also booting up with Vidock is also simple. A few extra steps, but nothing too crazy, and honestly you get used to it after a while. Also works as a regular GPU, so you can overclock it, overvolt it, underclock it, do whatever you want, mess with the fans. It's the same as it would be in a regular desktop, which is nice, and also highly upgradable. If you want a new card, all you have to do is pull it out and stick a new card in most fit in it. And that pretty much sums it up. Thanks for watching.